What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. And this is the first time ever, as you see below on the header, the AJC Army takes over. We have shown up here today as a panel, letting you run the episode, all right? Whatever, past, present, anything Juventus is fair game, and the show is in your total control, Army. We trust you. Yeah, we trust you. There you go. Let's have some fun. We got Paulo. We got Omer. Paulo, how you doing today, brother?
I'm very good. Good morning, Omar. Good morning, Bert. Good morning, Army. Let's go.
Yeah, let's rock this. Omer, how you doing, brother?
I'm great. Good morning, everyone. Nice to do this. Nice to do this one. Let's see how it goes. If it works out well, we'll do more of this.
Yeah, Calvin wasting absolutely no time firing in the first Storm the Barn. We are going to take a second, say what's up to everybody. We got Pino in here. Buongiorno ragazzi, Forza Juventus. Great seeing Pino in here all the time. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for all of your continued support. We got Smartwork Music, Forza, fellow Juventino, and AJC. Ciao Ciao, Scout 77, Calvin Jones, what's up? We got Sikoko, Ciao Ciao. Great seeing you all in here. We're going to have a lot of fun. I anticipate this will be a very, very fun show, seeing that you are taking the reins, Army. Let's go. And with that, again, not kidding. We got nothing on deck, so let's rock and roll. Calvin Jones kicks us off. If we finish second with 80-plus points, best position in points since 2019-20, and reach the Champions League round of 16, best since 21-22, but failed to win the Coppa Italia, would this be a successful season for you? So, who wants to kick us off on the panel in Calvin's question here?
Yeah, let's go. So the obvious and easy answer, let's say, is that we're Juve, and everything that's not won, like Coppa Italia, is not good, and we should expect better, which is basically true. But considering everything, looking at what you are doing, how they're operating in the market, all the scandals and shambolic management we had in recent years, I would say that's a good season. It's something to build on. Like, it might be kind of, not nice at the end of the season because it means not finishing with anything. But it is a step forward because you mentioned the seasons here where we did reach those numbers of points. So I look at it as a step forward. I think it's just better than what we had so far. And, in certain seasons, like 80 points would have won you the Scudetto.
And Paulo, your thoughts?
Good morning. I think that would be a miracle. And I would be thrilled to finish second, considering everything and some of the things Omar's mentioned, what we've talked about over the show this summer. And going that deep in the Champions League is fine. Coppa Italia, I'm not worried about it as much. I think second would be fantastic.
Yeah, Calvin, still can't believe the last time we got 80 points was with Sarri. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and yeah, you look through the mottos, you look at how Juventus, the aim is always to win and everything. And I always said that these were baselines, right? Like, you have to have that type of ambition. So I hated, the past few seasons where it's right at the start of the year. There are things to play for, like with Allegri in that one season. I mean, his final season, we were right there. We were in the lead for a good portion, got back into the lead for the Scudetto, and it all crumbled in the second half of the season. I mean, I hate talking about not winning right out of the get-go for seasons. And like last year when they did that shit again, that drove me nuts. The aim is to always go out there and challenge and compete for absolutely everything Juventus. However, when it doesn't land that way, then you look at your perspective, and something like this, finishing second with 80-plus points, I'm going to say that, and Champions League round of 16, I'm going to say that would be considered a solid foundation. I wouldn't call it like a successful season, but I would say that's a good foundation to build upon. And there's a great interview that came out today with Giorgio Chiellini where he literally says, you don't get back to winning without a foundation. And every year where we're hoping through this transitional period, like, where's our foundation? This is our foundation. This is our foundation. This season, a season like this would be a good stepping stone and base for us to move forward with, strengthen the roster and go for. So I wouldn't call it successful season, but I would say it's a good season for us to like actually like plant a flag and be like, okay, let's take our pillars from here and build upon.
Yeah. Now, round of 16 in the Champions League is a tricky one because did we finish high in the first 8 places in the group, the table, and move straight there and then got eliminated, or did we finish outside of the top 8? Then we had a head-to-head with someone and we beat them like we didn't do with Eindhoven, and then went to the round of 16, because then my answer would change about Champions League. But honestly, I'm not concerned with Champions League right now. Just get in there for the money, but before we win the Scudetto and get back to the top of the league, there's no point in talking about it for me. I don't think it's viable for Juve right now.
Yeah. Omer,
by the way,
which plants are you smoking? This one's from Zwar. This is specific to you.
Yeah, this is very specific to me. First of all, we have the Jonathan David interview right now. So the shirt he will be wearing, are you ready for this? Number 30.
Number 30.
Yeah. And what plants am I smoking? So right now I'm smoking regular local cigarettes called Noblesse, and usually weed, basically.
Well, there you go. And there you go.
Yeah.
Just like that. What do you say to those fans that say they are considering not following the club anymore after recent issues at the club and the lack of winning? Paulo, why don't you kick us off on this one?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
And, it's easy to get frustrated with your club. It's easy to get frustrated with the way things are going and almost dreading the season or getting anxious or upset, disappointed. We invest time and money in our bling and in our TV time. It's understandable that sometimes I know the Montreal Canadiens went through a spell and I tuned out for a short amount of time because I was so upset. I wouldn't recommend it, but I get it. I will not do that, but I understand when people need a break. Some people just can't watch, but they still support. They'll check out the score later, and they'll wait for their team to earn back their time by good performances, good management, and the right attitude, and maybe turning around a bad situation if it's just falling apart. I get it. I wouldn't do it for UA, but I get it.
This is a tough one.
It's personal.
It's a really, really tough one. I mean, I've never considered it or thought about it. There are, I guess, it's really difficult. You have certain fans that believe we are close to the point where we need to cut off all the money that we spend to this team to actually show them our level of frustration in them getting it right and stuff. And then you have the flip side to it, which is painful to some to not support it, because how is it going to get better if we in turn make it worse when they need the support, etc. Like, it's a very, very difficult one to navigate, and it comes down to just where you're at personally. Everybody supports and follows clubs, sometimes for different reasons. Like, it's supposed to be an escape for some. Some people fell in love with Juve because it brought them a bright spot amidst dark days or something like that. And if all of a sudden that starts bringing you dark days or putting you in something that, like, a place you don't want to be, maybe for some, you might have to relieve yourself of that if it's bringing you to that level. For me, Like, I mean, we talked about it during those like these really, really rough seasons, and the point total when we had the Plus Valenza thing go down and hit, and we lost all those points. That was a really, really dark season. Like one of the darkest for this recent transitional period. And we were telling people like, hey, don't let this ruin your weekends. Like after games, so like enjoy yourself. Like remember why, you're supporting Juve and what it's about. But don't go dark. Don't hit crazy levels. But in turn, it's difficult because if it's a club you love, and it is the club we love, it's a club we choose to support and are very passionate about, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Omer, how do you feel when you hear about this?
Well, first of all, disclaimer. None of us can tell anyone how to be the right kind of fan
Yes.
and what's right to do and what's wrong. So everyone should follow Juve the way they feel is good for them. And I think there's a big difference of when you started being a fan, because a lot of people in the chat and people I talk to, they started, later in life, like as teenagers or at the age of 20, they really start getting into football. Um, but I think most of us started when we were kids, and that's something that I can't change it. It's not that I can stop watching Juve. It's like this childhood love that's always been there. Every season is a new season, and I've always followed it. And even studies show that you're obviously more likely to change your wife than change a football team, and let alone stop watching altogether. Now, I love football. I always loved football. I love watching all matches, basically. So I can't imagine I would stop watching, but I learned over the years to kind of, live it where it is, whether we lost, whether we won, and not make it part of my day-to-day life and my interaction with other people, letting the anger out. So if it doesn't do you anything well and you just walk around frustrated and angry all day, then that's not a good feeling to have. So maybe you should take a little break. It's also nice to do that. That's why I like the transfer market, because give me kind of a relief from everything.
I kind of,
So I can't
the
tell anyone
transfer
that it's not
market,
right.
now that you're on it, the transfer market's
Mm-hmm.
hilarious to me. I always found it funny because I enjoy it. I enjoyed the rumors. I enjoy because I love speaking hypothetically. I love getting people's ideas on, oh, we should get this guy for this and that. And like, you see just how like varying the opinions are and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not
I
taking
love
everything
talking.
that these journalists and whatever, what they say for gospel and
Hmm.
whatnot, but it's just like, you know, also
We
I
love
think
talking about Juve.
provides you a level of understanding when you start to look at it of maybe how difficult certain guys' jobs are at the club, and maybe allows you to take a step back and be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's tricky. Nobody's after these guys. Nobody's anything. And again, going back to Giorgio Chiellini's interview, you guys did a great job of breaking it down for our Twitter account there. But go check it out. He says some very, very interesting things, and it's a bit of an eye opener to the situation, not just
Yeah.
with us, but Italian football in general. And it's tough times. They're behind the eight ball, and we know that. I still can't figure out how Gravina gets reelected.
Mhm.
It's shocking
Yeah.
stuff to me. But
And
Scandalous.
also sometimes I look at other teams and their fans, and clubs that don't win trophies or spend most of their time in Serie B and whatever, and their fans are still love the club. It has nothing to do with how good you
yeah,
are. So sometimes I look at it and I'm like, okay, let's not be spoiled. I mean, when was as an Udinese fan, let's say, what would he say? What keeps him going? If it's not trophies or Europe or whatever. But they do have tons of fans that show up every week. So we can do the same even without winning anything.
yeah.
And in general, we like talking about Juve, right? It's not just watching the games, it's everything around it that I love.
Swati,
So,
how did
Hmm.
Skanga start? How and when did Skanga start gambling?
Hmm.
When they tried to create fire. It was a bet. That was the first bet he ever made, trying to start fire.
Yeah,
Good old Skanga.
basically,
Smart.
we
Smarty's
have
always on Skanga. I love it. Absolutely love it.
we have no idea, to be honest,
What
where
are
we
the
started.
three things you like the most about Max's Juve when we were a top three club in the world? So going back to Allegri's first tenure, the three things you like the most.
Um, the feeling that it's never over. I mean, under Max, in the first inning, we won a lot of important games very late. Like, I wouldn't be sitting there at the 80th minute and now it's done, we're not going to score. So basically, fino alla fine, just keeping that alive. And I feel like it's kind of gone right
All
now.
right.
I love the roster. We had just, I don't know, something about the chemistry in the roster. I mean, there was a point there where we were top four and like, don't mess with us. Like all you Monacos who have one great season, you can do your tricks on Man City and whatever, but it won't work on Juve. So I love that a lot. I think they played very smart and a lot of players that I absolutely adored. Just enjoyed watching them.
Paolo, three things you liked about Max's Juve in his first
Great,
tenure.
great points, Omer. Some great kits.
Oh yeah.
The pride. The pride of wearing the jersey, the pride of wearing your Juve hat, the pride of walking around with your shirt on, and how it felt to represent and support a team that was a juggernaut on the world stage, that was enviable, that was had people excited who never watched Juve, had people becoming fans. And kind of to Omer's point, the third thing is I felt like we could always win all the time.
Yeah.
And I felt like people were afraid to play us. We could play on the road anywhere. We wouldn't give up a goal. Like we could easily have clean sheets, and somehow the boys would just hurt the other team until they gave up somehow.
Even like losing to Real Madrid at home 3-0 and then going away and coming up with 3-0 at the Bernabeu against that Real Madrid. That is something that I absolutely believed possible. I didn't like give up on the game, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter who the opponent was. Juve can win this. Juve can always win this. That was the feeling, and I loved it.
I go back and the attitude, it's got to be the attitude. I mean, everybody, it didn't matter who the hell you were going to line up against. Juve had this identity, and it was, you knew you were going to be in for a fight, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, you go into certain matchups, I mean, 2 Champions League finals out of 3 years there, and you play 2 of the best, like, in who knows how long. And some circumstances take you out of that one against Barca that I absolutely hate, because I think that was the one that I really felt we were going to get the job done. I really, really felt like that one. And you know what? Even the one against Real, like that was an insane squad, but we gave them fits in that opening half. Like we gave them some fits. We had serious good. That was one of the best goals I think I've ever seen. Mario Mandzukic's goal. Ball didn't hit the ground for such a huge, like 4 players touch this thing, doesn't hit the ground, and he buries that thing. And sadly, that goal is hidden, because of the result and everything. But one of the best Champions League goals, final goals, you'll ever see. I love the attitude. I loved the attitude from that squad. And it hasn't been matched for quite some time since that team kind of broken up. Yeah.
Yeah. About that goal, up until that point, that was for me the best goal ever in a Champions League final. The only problem with it is that one season after, Bale scored that amazing bicycle kick against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then you can debate which one was better, because it does give him a run for his money. That was beautiful as well.
Yeah. Now we get to, would you rather Juve win Champions League or your nation wins World Cup?
Absolutely, Juve.
I have been fortunate to see both. But I've more recently seen the World Cup, so give me that Champions League. Give me that Champions League. Paolo.
Same here. I've seen a couple of World Cups with Italy, and I'd love a Champions League right now or anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to hear y'all personality, huh? Yeah, okay.
We're trying. We're trying.
Let's go. The Vlahovic saga is not progressing much. Do you think we should retain Vlahovic as a second striker for the season, get Kolo Muani as the main striker? Yes, financially, this will be a problem. I've been very adamant about this. No. Vlahovic, no. I'm not ready. I don't want to keep any of the debt, even if we can't move these guys around. I've been saying bite the bullet, pay. I'm done. Vlahovic should not be kept around. No. That's just me. Guys?
While I agree, I kind of get the feeling Vlahovic is going to be here this season.
Yeah.
I feel more and more that he's going now with David taking the number 30. And I don't know, it just seems impossible. I don't think anyone would pay him not his salary and not the price tag we want, as low as it may be. So I think he's staying, to be honest. I don't think he's leaving this summer, or like a Chiesa type deal where we absolutely lose money.
I think we're losing no matter what on him. And I had this dream last night where we had no money and we had FFP, hands around our throat, and we had to just deal with these 50 guys we got on the roster. And I thought, you know what? Get Vlau in there, get Dusan in there, and have him produce some goals. Get some of these guys in the stands and say, find another club. Get Moretti in there and hold on to him. And, he's cheap. And get Rugani in there. He's cheap. Get these guys playing regularly and helping occupy that middle. Get Weah and Mac on the bench and say, find another club. Make Dusan come on after David's tired or whatever it is. Get a couple of goals during the season. Make him earn his money. I just figured I could see a Juve where we make the most of what we have and we force them to play and earn their cash or put them in the stands.
Said it a million times, but you got to bite the bullet to refresh the roster a little bit. It might tie into this next one from Mark that's just saying, with our current squad, are we superior to Inter and Milan?
I think we are superior to Milan. Although they did have a decent transfer market, but there's still a lot of pieces missing, mainly in their defense. So do we, but at least we have the Bremer and Cambiasso and Kalulu, which we took from Milan, and some guys that we can, look to win things down. But if we're going into the season with Kelly, Savona, and whoever, I don't know, then maybe we're not that good. But our midfield and attack are miles better, I believe, than Milan.
I'm not worried. Yeah, we're a better squad than Milan. With Inter, roster on paper, I'll say they're better, but I actually think they're gonna struggle this year and take a setback for sure. From Inzaghi to Kivu. We need to make some pickups, and we can't because we're stuck until we say goodbyes, and that for me is just, again, said a million times, you've got guys that, even Chiellini comes out, says it's hard to move guys that don't have good stories around him. He's like, anybody can sell the good players. He's like, but when you have guys that have been poor, it's hard to move. Interesting choice of words from Chiellini in that interview in an open mercato to just flat out say the guys that have been poor, but calling it how it is.
I fully agree with him, by the way.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with him, but it's funny to just call it for exactly what it is from an office and just say the players who are poor when you're planning on potentially going into a season with these poor players. Cut the cord and fucking take your L. That's what I mean. You're literally openly calling it for what we all know. They're poor. Say goodbye, because that's not acceptable in the same token. And for me, it's not a Chiellini problem. It's not a Camoli problem. It's a John Elkann fucking problem. Pony up. You got a 15 million bond, variable that can go to 100 million. Guess what? You made Champions League, so you didn't have to make it 100 million for revenue. But look at what your guys are going through. You have them trying to move scraps all summer, and we're in training camp. You're, what are we, 2 and a bit weeks away from the season actually starting? It's like, just get a couple guys in here, freshen up the atmosphere, freshen up the roster a bit. You're going to take an L any way you slice it. So I just don't understand at what point we're not meeting like our competitive ambitions with just, oh, we got to break even. The variable bond's already there. Just fucking help your guys out. It's annoying to me. It's Mickey Mouse.
Well, that's transparency for us from Chiellini. But yeah, the status of all these teams and their finances, I mean, it's basically impossible. How can, Paris Saint-Germain and all those super rich clubs can have like Colomwani sitting on the bench and still like, what is it, third or fourth striker, and they ask for 50 million for him when we can sell our number one striker for 12 million, it seems. So it's not a level playing field, and it kind of sucks, but what can we do? No one has money anyway.
I don't know, man. I fail to believe that it's just like, this is what it's come to, where what good is it to have those resources behind you if they've never, and they haven't done it for all these years. All these bonds that came in, yes, the grand total is a large sum of money. I think he might be up to 700 to 800 million in bonds. But each time it was just enough to like get you to here, but you still have all this to do. Oh, we'll get you to here. You still have all this to do. The problem is all this to do has been exactly what Chiellini has said now. It's getting rid of shit that just nobody wants or nobody has money to. So
Bert, sometimes in the garage, right, you have some stuff and you can't give it away. So you call junk removal, whatever, and these guys come with their pickup truck. You throw it in the back, you give them $10, whatever it is, and they take your shit away, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to go to a special garbage place and drop it off, and then you have to pay sometimes to drop it off and whatever, right? We got, I think, 7 guys or 8 guys who are up in 26, in the end of 26. You got a few guys who are a couple of million that you cannot worry about. You got guys like Weah and Mac who maybe you can move on. But the guys like Kostic and Artur and some of these other guys who are hanging around, get rid of them. Try and move Louise. I think tidy up some of these bits and pieces. Get Moretti in there. Get Adzic some playing time. And move some of these other guys just anywhere else. Put guys in the stands.
Get roster space. Yeah.
Put them in the stands. And when they're watching, and they're watching Moretti play, and they're watching Adzic play, and they're like, hey, just get me any team right now. Like they're gonna go away. They're gonna go away. But letting them be there is not.
And this is my thing. If you've already now with Giorgione, okay, King Kong has come out and already just called it for what it is. Yeah, it's hard to move the poor players. Now's the time to crank up the pressure on the freezing out on a guy like Vlahovic and whatever. And it's just like, you'll get help. This guy, I fail to believe this guy is fine just sitting out an entire season. The pressure should have been ramped up before, because now you're going into August and it's the entire month of August is going to be crunch time. But I have a feeling we're going to be going into the final 2 weeks of August, and then other teams will start being like, okay, you know what? I think they'll start opening up on certain things, and we can maybe find some terms and minimize the losses. We'll see. But you got to ramp up the pressure. You got to fight back. Unpopular opinion. Oh, I love those. Goals are the problem, not our D. We had 17 clean sheets and 9 only giving up 1 goal. A good squad wins all those matches. We drew a lot of them. I mean, it's goals, sure, but don't forget we were in winning position and lost 26 points. So it's like that was for a number of different reasons. Some was not sealing the game, not killing it, but others were brutal mistakes and letdowns defensively to allow either the draw or the L. So it's
The
like,
types of goals, we gave
yeah,
up were all these crosses. We kind
yeah,
of had the middle, like we weren't carved up the middle really. Guys just went down to the sides and started dumping it in our box 20 times a game, and eventually someone was out of position, a deflection, or whatever, right?
yeah. So I can't say that it wasn't our problem, but and if I'm looking at this team going into this season too, like Chico, Yildiz, David, I still think we need help. I'd love for us to get the Kolomwani terms from PSG. My issue still is the back line. I'm comfortable with the mid. I'm okay if we bring Moretti in. I still think we need some help there. And there's been a little bit of news as Nico Skira has reported that Rugani has been told you do not need to find a club. He will be staying. It's also followed up by Lloyd Kelly staying at Juventus. So our backline, according to the reports here, is done. And that is it. The sketchy thing for me is that you have Cabal that's not going to enter until late September, early October, coming off an ACL. And you also have Bremer still coming off an ACL. So for me, I would still like one solid D-man, but you have to say goodbye to somebody. Lloyd Kelly is the easy choice here. But again, you need 14.8 million euros to say goodbye, to make it a cost.
But you also need a left-footed left back, right? Savona's out for until the end of September as well. So you got Cabal on the left side. Like, does Tudor actually go with 4 to try and make guys like Kalulu more relative, or to use Cambiaso better? Does he go with 3?
He's going to go with 3.
Well, if he goes with 3, you have to have Lloyd on the left, right? Like, who's going to be your left center back if it's not Kelly? Maybe Cabal.
I've never been on this whole like be all end all. It's preferable to have a left footer there, but it's not the be all end all. I mean, for me, anyways.
No, I know, but it helps a lot.
I mean, it's just not
Napoli just won the Scudetto with Juan Jesus and Rahmani, so if it works out, everything is possible. But that was Conte. Although I do agree that a lot of these matches could have been, less stressful if we had our second goal. Then that final goal in the end wouldn't even matter. And so we can score the first goal. It was the second one, to lock it, that we just couldn't get, and we did have our fair share of chances. So it was kind of frustrating. I get where it's coming from. There were issues with the attack as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And I mean, a lot of this year is going to come down to Tudor. It's going to come down to Tudor and the impact that he can have, because that's what's been lacking the most. I mean, what Conte out of Napoli, and that is a garbage side on paper. Like, it was a rough side on paper last season. I mean, your coach has to maximize that. So a lot's going to come down to him. So we'll see. What is your ideal lineup and formation with the players we currently have? I need to hear from all 3 of you. Okay. So it's lineup time.
So let's say everyone is healthy, I assume?
Yeah. That's on the roster right now.
Yes, so we don't have a defender yet.
I already know mine. I
know mine. Right, let's say everyone is healthy. Di Gregorio, Gatti, Bremer, Cabal. Cambiaso on the left. I'm 3-4-3, by the way. No, what? 4-3-3. Gatti and Bremer as defenders. Kalulu as right back, and Cambiaso as left back. I want Thuram, Locatelli, and Koopmeiners. Then Chico. I can't say David because I haven't seen him yet. So let's. But Colomwani is not in the squad yet. So yeah. So Yildiz, Jonathan David, and Conceição.
All right. Paulo, you're up.
I agree with Omar. The top 3 for sure. At defense, if you go with 4, I like that a lot. I think you get the most out of Kalulu and Cambiasso, keeping them up high, letting them go high, and letting them support the defense. If you do three at the back, that's where it gets a bit funky. I think if you do three at the back, you have to go, unfortunately, Cabal or Kelly, and then I think Gatti on the right side of Bremer. And then I don't know what you do with Kalulu. So I'd go with Omer in order to get the four best defensive people in action at the same time. But three would be tricky with what we have.
For his main setup, 3-4-2-1, yeah, I'd go Di Gregorio, I go Gatti, Bremer, I go Cabal. For the outside, obviously, we just brought him in, João Mario, Cambiasso on the left side, Thuram, Locatelli with Chico, Yildiz, and Jonathan David up top. For a 3-5-2, I would obviously let Yildiz roam as that second. I would take Conceição out, and I'd play your three midfielders. And there it gets interesting because, I think there's a position for Adzic to play for coming out of that midfield as an advanced three, spearheading the Thuram Locatelli partnership. I think you could go flat three with both Thuram and Cope Miners playing box to box. Miretti could be used as the advancing midfielder straight in the middle, like a true 3-5-2 should be. But again, that's just me. That's crazy. But those are the routes I would go. And he has to have a 4-3-3 lineup too. This is the thing. I'm starting to get a little frustrated with coaches and us saying like, oh, no, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He needs to have a solution for that because there are games where you're going to have to mix it up. So he's going to have a 4-3-3 lineup. He should at least. Because if he's not even thinking about it, then I got an issue.
And Bert, we're putting Cabal in there, and we've only seen him for a bit, and he's made some nice runs down the wing. He's had some nice crosses in, but we haven't seen a lot of him. So for a guy,
I like the way he played. Yeah, when he was there,
we do.
Before he got
we
hurt.
haven't seen too much, and you're like, yeah, for sure over Kelly. It's funny the situation we're in.
Oh yeah, I say it like without a shadow of a doubt, like confidently, like I would be choosing Cabal. That's the funny thing, Mark. Let's say we will not sell Vlahovic and Luis, which are the most likely players that we might enlist for this season and remain competitive. Which are the most likely players that we might enlist for this season and remain competitive? I don't.
Like off the
think
market
we're gonna
or
find
off the
a.
pen?
I think we're gonna find a move for Luis personally, and I actually think Vlahovic we will also. I think it's going to be ugly, but it'll be late, really late for Vlahovic. I actually think Luis will find a home, but I don't really know. I don't really know as far as who's getting. Are we talking about all the group, Kostic included? Like, who are we enlisting that we're not going to be able to move? I don't know. It all kind of pisses me off because why would you? Year in, year out, we've been doing this and going into the season with these ugly scenarios where it's just like, yeah, I guess we'll go into it with you. And it's like last year, that part was kind of hilarious. It's like you push so hard, nothing came. And then you're like, oh, no, yeah, you'll be part of the squad or whatever. What? No, like once you make a decision, boom, you need to just go down. And there's no point of return for some of them if you push hard enough.
Yeah, but you know what's weird about Tudor is that he wants to play Mac and Kostic, guys who you could argue we don't need. And just because they run around with a lot of effort, even if they fuck up, oh yeah, well they got a good hustle. So I hope Tudor's not putting these workhorses in because they're workhorses. And I'd rather see a young guy who needs to work and needs to develop in there with the risk of making mistakes. And then you got guys like Weah who, what position does he play? Like, he can do a bit of everything, but he does nothing. Like, in the end, he does nothing. So we've got these guys that got to go because they're taking opportunities away from people who, like Adzic or like Moretti, who would be more useful. And I think, honestly, on Dusan, I think we're going to be lucky to get a loan at the last minute. And we're going to end up paying half of his salary.
Well, we'll see how it pans out. How bad is 30 for a striker? Boys, Jonathan David
One,
getting the number 30. Luca Toni, I could remember wearing 30.
yeah, I don't think it matters, to be honest. Like, I would love him to wear the number 9, uh, but I don't know. It's just a number. I mean, if they do manage to sell Vlahovic, then he'll be the number 9. Either
I
him
mean,
or Colombo, because I guess the two deals are related.
I'll tell you what. I'm definitely not buying that, and I will wait till he gets a better number. So it matters for that, anyways. Because yeah, I won't be
He
getting the
must have a
30.
reason.
J.
Less
David.
He
pressure.
must have a reason. I want to hear the reason. I remember when we signed Diego, and he was number 10 at Werder Bremen, and he was like the classic 10, but we had Del Piero. So he chose 28 because 2 plus 8 is 10. So maybe
So
Jonathan has
we
a
haven't
reason.
heard the interview or everything, but these guys, the Army is filling us in here, saying it's apparently for his father's birthday. So there you go,
All right.
number
I
30,
like
and also the number of goals he's gonna bag this season. So there you go, mark one. 30 means the goals he's going to score, then it's fine. There you go, for his dad's birthday. I like that.
Yeah.
Jonathan
Yeah.
David,
See,
good
there's
guy.
a good reason.
The Iceman. I like it.
Sub-Zero.
I've heard Donnarumma rumors. Who would you take? Di Gregorio or Donnarumma?
Who would I take? I mean, the Donnarumma deal doesn't seem viable for Juve, and it seems like redundant business at the moment. If there's any place we don't have an issue, it's goalkeepers. So right now, with Juve's current status, I would take Di Gregorio. If you're asking me about who I would choose for Italy, let's say, then absolutely Donnarumma. I think he's the best goalkeeper in the world. I just don't think you have the luxury of signing him and keeping him.
In a one-off, and you're told to choose your goalkeeper, and
I'll
those are
take
your options,
Donnarumma,
I'm going to take Donnarumma. But
of
for
course.
us, I am more than happy with Di Gregorio. I've said it a million times. I don't understand the ones that were criticizing him or harsh on him or whatever. I wasn't sure what they're seeing. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper, and I'm stoked to have him.
He's
Paulo.
awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. Donnarumma for sure if it's free, but our goalie's fantastic. We got a good keeper.
Yeah. Is there any chance that Dusan ends up staying? Oh, yeah, there's a good chance. There's a very good chance that ends up happening.
I would say that it's like, I don't know, 70% right now that he is staying.
Oh yeah.
I've stocked up on heartburn meds for sure because there's a high chance. Like,
Because if we don't get
Although it
Colo,
would be-
we need to keep him.
Yeah.
Like,
Although it would be the fuck you to the biggest fuck you to everyone if this would be his best season. If he ends up staying and actually performs every time he shows up and cleans up his act, the way he controls the ball. And I mean, this is a great opportunity for him to because he does need to show himself off to suitors in the next summer.
so
And for
we also
for
got the
January.
training.
for
We also
World
got the
Cup.
training
January.
camp. Firing up right now, and they're going through it. And like this guy shows up, and he's getting rave reviews about how what incredible condition he showed up in, and I can't.
his
help
issues
but,
are up here, man. His
I
issues
can't
are up
help
here.
but feel a little fucking pissed. A little pissed that like in how many years now? Is this our fourth going in with Vlahovic or third? Fourth.
Yeah, it's like fourth. Yeah, he came
Three
in
and a half?
January, so yeah,
So,
it would be fourth by the end of the season.
and of course, contract year and everything and all this, he comes in and it's just fucking like just raving about the physical condition, whatnot. Whereas previous ones, it was like, oh, his touch is brutal and all this, and it's like what the fuck is going on? And then McKennie gets a little heat for not being in tip-top shape there or whatever, looking a little
never in
heavier.
tip-top
You know what,
shape,
though?
man.
Kevin De Bruyne looked pretty heavy, too, for Napoli in that. I watched that preseason game, and I was
Oh.
like, whew.
Yeah, but he's allowed to be. He's allowed to be.
I was
Big
like,
Mac
man,
has
De
done that my
Bruyne
whole
looks
career.
like he's been. I think I know why he chose Napoli. He's been enjoying the cuisine because he was looking pretty heavy. But, you know, some guys that happens to over summer and whatnot, and then they could just shed it and good to go. But McKennie's had that around him for a while. Higuain had it around him for a while, like with Juve. But the guy was a killer,
Everyone was
so
laughing.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, man.
Everyone was laughing at him in preseason, and then he scored on his debut
Oh, yeah.
to win against Fiorentina, and he just never stopped. So, yeah,
That
De
was a
Bruyne looks
machine.
like it looks
A
like what ate
machine.
De Bruyne, but still, I
Yeah.
think he's going to lose it anyway.
Yeah.
Looks like
and the ball
Schneider.
doesn't
Have you
work.
seen, Wesley Schneider,
Nasri. Samir Nasri.
Samir Nasri.
Pick one player to prevent from existing? Excuse me?
Like never
For me,
becoming a
CR7,
footballer?
since he killed us in 2017, 2018, and his budget could have been used to strengthen our midfield, or Ramos because he's a stain for the sport. So pick one player to just wipe out from the history that could have altered things for us, is how I take this question from Calvin. Okay.
One player,
Wipe out.
Lukaku.
Lukaku.
No, I mean we did suffer a lot by the hands of Cristiano.
We did.
When he played for Madrid, but we did also knock them out, and we had some good games against them. And I did enjoy his time at Juve, so I don't want to stop him from existing in the world. So no, he was a Juve player. I can't say CR7. I loved Iniesta.
For me, it's Cucurella, even though he's got nothing to do with Juve. I just don't like him. So that's my choice, and I don't care. That's my answer.
Vlahovic would probably be the right answer.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
No,
But then
I'm
we
kidding,
lose
I'm
a Coppa
kidding.
Italia.
Yeah.
That was a nice goal.
No.
If I
win the
could
Copa.
wipe
Nice.
out,
Yes.
What a crazy game that was.
man.
I would actually wipe out Emiliano Martinez. I just hate the guy so much.
Palacio. I could stand that
Oh.
bastard. I'd probably wipe him out.
That stupid pigtail. That was the ugliest haircut I ever seen.
And I'd love to say Materazzi. I really would, but I can't. The 06 is just what's going to save him
you
in
can't.
this discussion. Strictly 06 for the Azzurri. Otherwise, I would happily say Marco Materazzi, but I'm going to go with Palazzi. I hated that guy. God, I hated that guy.
Mm-hmm. Can I delete
Would you
someone else?
sell Thuram for 50 to 60 million euros?
No.
No.
I wouldn't sell him for 100 million. Okay?
Ooh.
I wouldn't.
There you go. Will Italy qualify for World Cup 2026?
God.
Are they
I
qualifying,
hate
boys?
that I have to.
I'm
I
saying
hate that
yes,
have
even
to
though I don't think
about
so.
it.
Makes me feel sick.
I'm going to say yes to not go down that road. I mean, three on the trot, not qualifying.
I'll physically be
12
sick.
years. 12 years without a World Cup.
Yeah.
Just a whole generation of kids not growing up watching Italy in the World Cup.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's one of the saddest things I ever heard.
Time to showcase some kits for the ones with names on it. If you guys give me some years or give me some ones, I could see if they're right here behind me, and I don't mind pulling some out and showcasing. Just let me know.
This is the perfect chance for me to head off to work.
All right.
I love your kits, and I'd love to stay and watch them. I'll catch them on the repeat, but I do have to get going.
Sounds
to the
good, buddy.
job. Thank you for a great show, everyone out there. Thanks for participating. You're fantastic. We really love you, and you're really important. So thank you so much for spending your time with us. And Omar and B, thank you very much. Have a great rest of your show. It's been a lot of fun. And
You
have a
too,
great
buddy.
day.
Take care.
But
We'll see you next time.
by the way, that was Paolo's idea, this type of show. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Big shout out to Paulo Army because he
Yeah.
was
Ciao, ciao.
pulling. And he said, you guys, let's go. You're running it.
Let's go.
Ciao, ciao, Paulo.
Ciao.
And I see.
We'll roll to
I
the
also
two
see
here.
I also see Colo 99 here, and he just got married. So congrats, man! All the best.
Yeah, Colo in here. There he is. Hey, there we go. There we go. All the best to Colo. All the best to Colo. Would be interested to see Tudor Tribe back for. We were talking about that earlier too. And we said he's gotta end up having that at least as an option and as an alternative. Right? So yeah, but big congratulations going out to Colo, who just got married. Beautiful stuff, man. All the best. And for kits, yeah, you guys hit me with some kits if you want to see them. I don't mind pulling them out so you guys can take a peek, okay? But I did... Actually, I have a few new ones coming in. They haven't made it in yet. And also, it's July 30th. So that just reminded me that today we will have the winner chosen later on of the Viali 95-96 kit. So that was also donated by AJC ARMY member Antonio Spinazzola. So big thank you to Antonio who donated that, okay? So there you go. There you go. And Chevy Silverado over here trying to win the kit with a simple comment. Look at this. Let's go. Let's go. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. Now, let's keep it rolling. Justin B. Justin B. What's he got here? In a battle to the death, no weapons, bare knuckles only. Which AJC member wins?
Honestly, Skanga. I think Skanga.
I think he's too pretty with the hair. I think he's too worried about the hair to win.
Well, that's why you lose your hair. So you can win in a fist fight with your members, with the AJC members. So I gave up mine, so I'll have a chance. So while Alberto is joking, let's see.
Oh my goodness.
Who are the options?
Lex. Maybe Lex comes out victorious because ain't nobody going to do anything to Lex. Lex is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
Lex would win. What would it take for you guys to consider this season successful? Well, we kind of spoke on that earlier. I mean, I need a solid foundation. I need us to compete for top 2. Like, I need us to be in the top 2 mark. You know, we need a season where we're right there battling for it.
Yeah, I would say I think that the main thing here is second place. The rest, I mean, fine, I can do with like round of 16 in Champions League, even less, and final or semi-final of Coppa Italia. If you finish second, that's the biggest step forward for me, and considering all our previous seasons. So yeah, I think second place I would consider a successful season. Obviously it can be better, but by our standards and everything that happened in the past few seasons, second place would be a huge upgrade.
Yeah, it's not going to be considered like successful until we are there competing and challenging for it. Like top 4 is just not going to be considered successful. Yeah. It just won't.
And there's context to it. I mean, in the first Allegri season, we finished in the top 4 comfortably, but I just didn't enjoy it. It didn't feel like a step forward.
Yeah. And where are we at here? So you got second means the biggest loser. Well, that's just it. Obviously, true success is winning trophies, but that doesn't take into context the situation. And I mean, is this an ideal mercato? No. Mm-hmm. And we've had how many not ideal mercados have we had? Like last year, I could appreciate the push. I could appreciate the move, the ambition it showed. I'm not really feeling the competitive ambition here, counting, it's millions, but it's pennies in the grand scheme of things when you have Exor behind you. That's the reality. Like, we're 2% of their corporate umbrella. I say it all the time. And you've got a variable bond sitting there right now. Sitting there right now. And you got to do something with it. That's one of the things with this Weah deal. Because we haven't even touched on the Weah deal. But, like, his agent coming out and saying what he said, I mean, I was pretty vocal about it. I'm so sick and tired of agents. And Kamoli was taking some heat from fans because, like, get the job done. Like, we're treating our players with no respect. I'm not really feeling that in this situation. And one of the things was, again, Elkin, the $14 million that we were ready to take with Nottingham Forest was in a different financial period. And it would have actually prevented him from needing the 15 million euro bond. Apparently, that's what some of the rumors are. I don't think it would have wiped it out completely. We still would have needed it, but it would have helped. And 14 million outright is a big difference than loan plus option at 20 million. So I don't really care if Weah's agent is getting pissy because the deal fell through. Tough titties, buddy. Like,
Well,
too bad, so sad. I don't really care. At the end of the day, I'm glad that somebody at this organization is finally taking a stand on guys that I'm actually okay if Weah stays around. If we find a deal, great. If he stays around, it's not the end of the world. But guess what? Your agent just made you look like a dipshit and now has added unnecessary tension to the situation at Juventus for absolutely no reason. This is business, man. Like,
yeah, like, no, agents are the broccolis of football. You kind of have to deal with them, but no one likes them. I think they're making everything worse. They're making everything about them and the money they're going to make. And I think a lot of them hurt players' careers more often than not. And as for like the biggest loser, is the biggest loser the one who finished second or the one who finished last? That's a philosophical question. And yeah, I would keep Weah. I like Weah. I think his agent is an idiot who just kind of ruined his Juve career to some degree, but still, I don't think it's a bad thing we keep him.
yeah, even Weah back when he was posting religious crap when the rumors were kicking up, it's just like, you know what? What? Like, tough. Sack the fuck up, guys. Holy shit. It's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. But yeah. Here we are. And Gio, spot on here. I remember the days when fans would never talk about bonds and had no idea who upper management were. Yeah, because they were taking care of business and we never had to know what the hell was going on. You're always happy. Your roster was good. You're picking up good players. Look at somebody brought it up earlier when talking about the mercato. It's like, it's become a Google session because it's like, who the hell is this guy? Who are we looking at? That's what it's become. It's like pulling names out.
I wasn't that involved in like I am today in what's going on backstage. Like, I absolutely love Del Piero and Trezeguet. I had no idea what their relationship was behind the scenes. I guess they're friends. It seemed like it on the pitch, but all my thoughts about Juve came from what I've seen on the pitch. Like, we didn't have YouTube,
but it was never an issue.
It was never like
you never heard about all this teams like in financial issue. It wasn't an issue. It was never, oh, they want this guy but they can't get it. And it was like, no, Juve wants this player. They're gonna move. They're gonna get this, but it's like, okay, we were selling Zidane. It was like, oh my God, we're selling Zidane. Yeah. And then it's like, boom, you just signed 4 guys, like 3 are unreal. It's like, oh, okay, awesome. Like, it was never an issue. It just wasn't an issue. Times have changed. Italian football is nowhere near what it was there. So naturally, all that's going to change because the landscape, it's not comparable. It's not comparable, you know? That's just the reality. We got Pino coming in here. I think he's weak. Do you think Dusan can fight? Who is the one player who you would want in a fight? No, I think Duchamp's got popcorn muscles, personally.
Now
Right
or
now on
just
our
Juve
team
players
in a fight, probably
right now?
Gatti.
I would take Bremer hands down. Either Bremer or Di Gregorio, because Di Gregorio seems like a bit of a lunatic if you push him too hard.
Well, he's got
And
a
and
serial
I
killer look to him.
yeah.
So, but yeah.
And all time, I think I'd take Vidal. I think Vidal would be my choice in a fight.
Yeah, I think he'd stumble and maybe miss a swing, and he probably had too many wobbly pops. All time,
It was
I'd
never
probably
an
take Montero because he's a friggin' psychopath. I'd probably take Montero all time.
issue.
Because
I would actually
that
take
fight,
Felipe Melo.
that fight is starting with a jump kick to somebody's throat from Montero, and that's exactly how it should start. So I'm gonna go with Montero.
Mandzukic is a good shout. Mandzukic is a really good shout.
Ibrahimovic is a good shout too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stephen
you're also
Appiah.
a black belt in Taekwondo, Ibrahimovic.
We cannot sell players and make good profit. Is it incompetence or bad luck? I think we are starting to be considered as an easy team where others can make substantial profits from us. I think it's there's an interesting, again, I can't stress to you enough to check out that Chiellini interview, because he said something that I said all of last season as well. And if you guys remember, when all the hell broke loose and Giuntoli out and all this, and I said, I'm not falling for any of the shit from Ferraro, Scanavino, and John Elkin. Because I said, if you ever think that these guys couldn't have stepped in, couldn't have stopped something if they didn't want it to be done, it's an absolute joke and it's nonsense. Giorgio Chiellini in his interview today said that it has never, ever been one single man's decision in the mercados. He said, yes, it's true. I'm not involved in the mercado right now. As far as making decisions, I'm not making sporting decisions, he said, but it is not one man, and it never has been, and it never will be at Juve. However, he said the sporting director takes the credit and takes the heat for it. He is the main man in charge of it. It's never going to be that way. So as far as us talking about cannot sell players, make good profit, what has been the plan? What has been the main project? Like our pillars have changed every single year for 4 years in a row. It's like, oh, this is your pillar. No, this isn't the pillar. This is the pillar. This is the guy we're going to build around. No, he ain't it. This is the guy we're going to build around. What are we doing? You're not going to make profit because it's hard given the debt that we were trying to chew, because the guys that should have been sticking around probably had to be moved because it was the only way you were going to chew into it to get your finances under control. That's a sad reality. But now I need to see us selling smart because things are under control. It's not 100% clean, but it's under control. You're not going to make profit on Artur. You're not going to make profit on Kostic. You're not going to make profit on Milik. But guys like Weah, guys like McKennie, like you got to make your profits there, and you got to be willing to walk away. I said this a million times. Got to be willing to walk away. You should be in a situation where, if the Weah deal doesn't pan out, no big deal. It can't be the be all end all. That's the thing. So,
yeah, I think you are in a tough position right now. Because when you're a big club and you're not winning anything, everyone knows Juve needs money. And when we did win anything, it was easy to sell any player who played for Juve. We could have sold Neto or Mandragora or all of these guys for decent prices because everyone wanted a Juve player because they're super successful and whatever. Like when everyone wanted Barca players or Real players. And now that we're not winning, I mean, of course, we can sell some players for a lot of money, but it's exactly the players we don't want to sell.
Yeah.
And consider like we had three different managements, each one with their issues with this and that agent and that club and that club. And, the big teams in Italy who do have money don't want to pay that money to Juve. And the smaller teams who would buy from Juve don't have money to spend on the amounts we want. And so there are players that I absolutely wouldn't sell, but they are the ones who will make us money. If anyone is looking for like 15 million for Kostic or like 30 million for Dushan, forget it. If we would have won the Scudetto last season, then things would be different.
Yeah, the truth is, it's a little bit of everything. It is a little bit of incompetence. It's also a little bit of
Absolutely.
bad luck because of the circumstances that put us. We're really out of our control when COVID hits and shit hits the fan. It's a combination of all those things. But ultimately, your value comes from the pitch. That's where it all starts and ends, is on the pitch. Juve's got to get back to succeeding and doing well on the pitch. They have to change the narrative, you know? And they have to fight that narrative. And they also, they're going to have to change their policy on the media and allowing them to control the narrative. They're going to have to push back because you're letting them write the story. And that has to stop.
I have to pee. Have to. Go on.
I'm continuing. Would you like Chiesa to come back to Juve? Holy smokes. We've gone full tilt. So what, Liverpool left him off for the squad in the camp, am I right? There's what, Atalanta. I think Roma listed as one of the teams. I haven't been following. For me, it's done when it comes to Chiesa. Suarez, I knew that was coming. Okay, let's put a poll question out here. Let's put a poll question. What you want? Chiesa back. Let's see. Let's see how this one goes. We're going to fire that up right now. It's right there for you, Army. Fire away. I want to see where this thing goes. A little bit of a battle right out of the gate here. Jesus. Too injury prone. So we already got some coming in here. Wait. Okay. So to Gio's point here, everyone dealt with COVID though. Guess we were unlucky because it happened just after we bought the goat. We had a salary that was out of control. Our wage bill was out of control. And we always ran in the red before COVID. Those two with no revenue absolutely screwed us over. Yes, everybody dealt with COVID, but teams weren't operating the way we were because we could, right? So with the resources and stuff, but we were fine. We were happy to run in the red. We got caught. And CR's salary was just crazy. But anyways, that's kind of why. But Chiesa, would you take him back? So 57% say no, 43% say yes. Omer, would you take him back?
Yeah, so as things stand, no. I didn't think he lived up to the hype. I think he had one really good season at Juve, but Juve weren't great as a whole. And the rest was kind of too much on and off for a player who is considered world class. So as things stand, no. However, I love a good comeback story. And if you do decide to sign him and he comes back and actually lives up to the hype and proves you were wrong for selling him, that would make me so happy. So happy. So I can't say like flat out no matter what. But as things stand right now, the amount of minutes he had and the injuries and whatever, that's a no. But if they do buy him, I will be rooting for him and hoping he'll make a huge comeback.
I am gonna be a no. I the Chiesa after the injury for me was like, I still love the guy, still, wanted to see him thrive with us. However, all the excuses that came out when it wasn't happening and the attitude and stuff too, like, it's just, I don't know, I got a bad taste in my mouth. I just think it wasn't the be all end all to have to go back to. I still hope for the Azzurri's sake he could find the player he was before, but I don't know. I don't know. I question a lot of the characters we've been bringing in through the struggles, and I can't help but feel that it's all intertwined. Like, you're starting to maybe find out more about certain individuals and characters, and true, the real people start coming out, and then, it maybe starts to make sense why we've been struggling time and time again. So we got to get the right guys. We got to get we got to get men. We got to get men in here that are ready to actually be the leaders and not run to excuses when shit doesn't go their way. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. So I'm just a no on Chiesa coming back, because I think we just need to stop going back to things. And you know what, even going with this Conte thing and whatnot, it's all tough, man. Sometimes I feel like you can get caught in this carousel, because it's like, should Juve abandon? And it plays into this whole Ital-Juve thing, whatever, right? Like, we know the Italian talent isn't to the level where it should be. There's a number of reasons. There's a number of things the FIGC could be doing better, the league could be doing better, but it's not to the degree of where it was. So everybody's like, well, you got to get an Italian core for Juve to win. It's like, well, do you? Do you? Or was it just that we were blessed with such a solid Italian core for so damn long that you just believed that's exactly what you need? It isn't the only way to win. Characters have always been a thing. Foreigners, we've always had foreigners. Strong foreign players. It's just, defensively, no, we have to change. We have to play more attacking. We have to be high press team. You have to do all this. Do we? Or does it just mean you're playing to the strength of your roster? Because we always had that core, and the core was predominantly at the back.
Mm-hmm. And also for Italy.
You go in circles of this return. Do we need to go back? Do we need to do this? But my thing with Chiesa, to end it finally, is that you're going back to something that wasn't really all that great in the grand scheme of things. So no, that's all I'm trying to say.
It's like going back to a hope that it never reached that point. I mean, for me, Chiesa was never the player I expected him to be for Juve, or the character. And maybe we need someone to rekindle that belief, because all of our returns in the past, 10 years, were just not good. And maybe that's why we're feeling like that. And maybe like a Conte coming back and taking Juve again to a Scudetto will make us think about it differently. But right now, it just hasn't worked out. So just, whatever Einstein said, doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's just is what it is. And Dell saying, I'm glad you've seen the light with Conte. No, because what I was going to say is, at least with Conte, it was strong. Like, you'd be trying to go back, and he's proven himself. So it's different. You're trying to go back to Chiesa. That's something that was argued by the entire fan base. It's just like, But Conte showed his true colors in the end, and he can take a big fat one of these. Now, would you sell Yildiz for 90 million? I know it's a lot of money, but I would not sell Yildiz. Not now anyways. No. No.
No, absolutely no. That's a flat out no.
I'll tell you why. I wouldn't even consider it until we clean our act up. And when our roster is stable and you don't have more guys that you would like to say goodbye than you would like to keep, yeah, that's when I would think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the
Yeah,
names that you'd be
also,
okay to say goodbye to. Look at how many names hit that list. So for that reason alone, absolutely not would I sell
mhm.
Yildiz right now. I think it would be a disaster to sell him right now. Looking at the
Also
way
the
things are
message.
going, and no.
Also the message it sends out, because the guy absolutely loves Juve. He idolized Del Piero. He got the number 10 last season, and selling our number 10 again. I don't like it. Like, give other players who wants to sign for Juve, and it's been their childhood club. Give them a hope that they'll stay here and not be shopped around for the highest bidder.
Nick says 150. Okay, so like if we start getting stupid money, that's tough, because like if we're talking 150 to I mean, here's my thing. Are they going to take that 150, which is like absurd amount of capital, and still not just be like, we're not going to bite the bullet on Dusan, on Kostic, on Artur, on Milik? Like, are they actually going to do that to us? Because the fact that I'm actually thinking about that, and the fact that they would do that, is crazy. But if they were willing to say, we're going to take 30 million just to cut the cord, whatever, and then we have so much capital still and we're going to fire away, maybe, but I'd still say no. Right now, no.
Mm-hmm.
He's got way too much crazy potential, and he's just getting started, and he made a big jump already. I think he's going to have another big jump this year. So I'm a no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a no. Opinion, our whole season really hangs on Cope Miners performing like he did at Atalanta again. I think that's a bit too much. I don't think our whole season will rely on any one player. Personally. That's just me.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't. It just doesn't work anymore. It used to be like that. Like, you can have one phenomenal player with a bunch of mediocre players, and it will, you know, make them seem better than they are. But I don't think football works that way anymore. Not if you want to
Yeah.
compete in the big leagues against all those Paris Saint Germains and whatever. And the system wins now,
Yeah.
more so than the players. So yeah.
We got to try. There's been so many. You guys have been awesome. I hope you're enjoying this setup, this format where it's free reign. Let us know. Drop a like too while you're in here. Subscribe if you haven't already. The visit of Buffon, Bonucci, and the Italian coach Gattuso at Continassa lifted the players' spirits up. What was the main reason for this visit? I mean, it is not very usual to have such visits. Actually, Spalletti, yeah, it is. It's quite
I
common.
think it's pretty usual. Yeah. I mean, Buffon is on the national team roster. Is
Yeah.
part of the staff. I think Bonucci is as well. Just joined like a
Yeah,
month ago or whatever.
Spalletti came by too. That twit. Who knows what he
Mm-hmm.
said to Luca, whatever. But I anticipate Gatti's gonna be getting calls. I expect Locatelli to get calls consistently with Gattuso as well. We know Gattuso's fond of Luca, but I think it's just to be around, talk to the coaches, talk about certain players and everything. Like, Gattuso's got a hell of a job to do. He's got a lot of work to do. So yeah, there's nothing really crazy as far as lifting their spirits up. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
Buffon coming around will always lift people's spirits
Do
too. I mean, it's
you
Gigi.
do you think it's something that was set up by Chiellini, or just Gattuso called him and just, I want to pay a visit, watch the Italian players?
Yeah, I anticipate
And
Gattuso's going to do that to several sides in Italy.
yeah,
He'll definitely probably do it with Inter. Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to do that for sure. For sure. So I don't think it's anything particular or specific to Juve. Is Yildiz better than Due?
Yes. I think Due, he's a great player, but I think he's more of a system product than a standalone player. Like if you take him right now and put him at, let's say, Nottingham Forest, I don't think he'd take them any further than where they already are. And I
Yeah.
think Yildiz does.
Is Yildiz better than Due? Like, would Due do as good playing for us where Yildiz is? That's the first question that comes to my mind. And I would say no. So, Yildiz. Say Yildiz. What does Tudor have to do to guarantee a second full season?
Top 4 minimum. I think it's exactly what was said earlier in the podcast.
I mean, after last season, just not have a full revolt in the locker room.
Yeah, just don't kill the locker room and you're set.
If we're
I think it all
about,
comes down to Champions League, like qualification or not.
There's an answer here from the club, and there's an answer here from the fans. Okay? From the club, top 4. Don't create havoc. Keep it status quo. For the fans, it's compete on all fronts and adapt. Like, Tudor's got to show adaptability. He's got to show some flexibility. Can't be rigid. I think we saw a bit of an eye-opener to, like, here's how I think Tudor's going to do personally. He's got it locked down against teams that will be able to control and possess. He's got it locked down, and the way he plays will, I think, pay dividends, and we'll be winning those games against those buses that we struggled a lot with last season. But if he doesn't break free of this mold and realize the shortcomings against strong teams when the possession is a battle to 50-50 or maybe less for us, and he doesn't realize that he needs 3 midfielders in there and he doesn't adapt, and some games where he might have to flat out to like a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3, like if he doesn't realize that and that he's going to get overrun, then we're in trouble. So for me, I need to see him evolve as a manager, and it can't be one setup, one plan. That's it. That's for me. But for the team, top 4 has to be a must. And Jesus, don't have everybody fighting each other in the locker room. That's it. But
yeah,
you know,
don't let the captain leave in January. That's the main thing.
Is it worth get Kolo Muani for 50 million as reported when we can get Lookman at the same price? I think 50 million for Kolo Muani is too much.
I think so too, to be honest. 50 million is a lot of money for Paris Saint-Germain's, I don't know, what is it, 4th choice? 3rd choice?
The 50 million is with considering an expensive first-year loan, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he really wants to be here. He had approaches from other clubs in the Premier League and whatever who were willing to pay, and he just flat out said, no, I want to go to Juve. Same as Conceição, and those are the type of players I want at Juve.
I don't want Lookman
for that reason,
personally. So I'm not bothered by Lookman going whatever at that price or anything. Kolo Muani, the same as Chico, I don't consider the first-year loans that are expensive as part of your actual purchase price. It's the fact that we're spreading it out so that we're not buying right this season. So yeah, the purchase price still probably around 40. Is 40 fair for Kolo Muani?
Yeah.
If 40 is fair for Kolo Muani, don't consider the first-year loan, which we need to make it a deal anyways. Don't consider that. And if 40 is okay, an extra 10 mil to get a guy that's fighting to stay at Juve and wants to be here, given the circumstances, given the difficulties, I actually respect it, and I respected it with Chico. So
Yeah.
I will stay consistent with Kolo Muani too, and I give him props for fighting back against PSG.
And gotta be realistic too. I mean, it's not like a youngster that we can say, how dare they ask for 40. That's a player that is nearing the prime of his career. Maybe he's already there, already playing for France, played in the final. I mean, he played in Germany, played in France. You're
Yeah.
not paying for someone you hope would develop into a player. You already see what he's worth, and I think he was fairly decent for Juve and came up big when it mattered, like against Inter, like when he signed close to the end of the
What did he
season, and he
finish
had
with?
a
10 goals, 22 appearances or something like that for Juve? Something around that?
yeah,
Those
yeah.
are good numbers. They're not shabby numbers, and he is a little bit streaky and everything, but I mean, that's pretty good output considering the way we were playing last season.
Yeah.
I just, I'm not too concerned about it, and I think we should be looking to retain him. I was a little bit iffy, but looking at the options now, looking at the alternatives, I think I
You
want
know,
to keep
looking at
Kolomouani around. You know?
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
looking at like Rasmus Hoyland or Xerxes, who went for like 60 or whatever millions.
yeah,
Um, I mean, the prices, it doesn't add up,
yeah.
right?
I'm
Like spending big doesn't guarantee you a world class player. It's just prospect, and he's not a prospect.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Yeah, we're getting to Tuna here. Are the reports about Jallo staying increasingly credible? Probably another reason why the backline is considered already sorted out. I'm not buying into those reports. I don't.
Yeah, the issue here is that all those reports of who came in fat and who performed well, it comes from newspapers, and their credibility is it's meh.
Yeah, the outlet, the actual like networks, let's call them, or papers are like the worst. They're like the worst.
Yeah, and they're always
Um,
looking for. I mean, that piece of news that Juve asked the players to come back early and they all refused. I mean, it came from To the Sport or whatever, and I call bullshit on that. No way it happened. It's just when Juve are looking a bit, hopeful, they're always looking for these pieces of news
yeah,
to take him down and to rattle the locker room and the Juve environment. I don't buy it.
yeah.
If like Nicolas Kier would have said that, then I'd say, okay, we do have a problem here, but not when it comes from newspapers.
We're going to try, like I said, try to machine gun some of these. What is the latest on Leone? What are we waiting for? If we're loaning him for one season to Parma, we should have concluded the deal. The lack of money, it's just an excuse for Leone's negotiation. Well, Parma still needs to accept it. They haven't, right? And Juve's shooting a lower price than the one that they're adamant on. So there hasn't been a counter offer. So it's not just a matter of closing it. Like, Parma's essentially got to respond, right? And I don't think those other teams are going to give in either. The other thing is, nobody's really heard about Leone. The last time Leone actually spoke on it, he said he's happy at Parma for the moment. And maybe that's why Juve immediately jumped on that route, which is keep him there and move from there. So we just have to wait and see. We're going to keep machine gunning some. Do you think that Bremer will get in top form from day one against Parma, or are we going to wait until... Oh, I definitely think there's going to be a waiting period. Do you think his return will be a total flop? No.
No. No, I think ACLs affect defenders a bit less than attackers and midfielders. We have seen some who had rough injuries and came back just exactly as they were. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, Bremer is an anticipator. He kind of reads the game and knows where to be, and then he's physical. He's not one of those quick turns guys and bursting forward with sprints like Kalulu does or like Gatti even does. It's just not a big part of his game. So I don't think it's going to affect him. I definitely don't think it's going to be an issue or a flop, as
Yeah,
you would say.
no, I'm with you, and I agree. All good points. I think he'll do very, very well again. But yeah, there will be a little bit of a period where we'll have to be a little bit patient, I think.
Yeah.
We lack a creator in the midfield. if someone like Casado is available for 50 to 60 million, I would go for it without hesitation. He would be our best midfielder.
It's the same case as Hoyland. I just don't think where all that money, 50, 60, needs to go to a midfielder. Yes,
Yeah.
Casado could really improve Juve and whatever, but we're stacked at midfield. We can't seem to sell any one of them.
What did
And
Luca Toni just say the other day? It was you need Tonali and was it Chiesa?
yeah,
Tonali and Chiesa. You need Tonali and Chiesa to compete, he said. To compete in Serie A. Again, we lost 26 points from winning positions last year. So to tell me that we absolutely need Tonali or Chiesa to just simply compete in Serie A for me is false. No. The Tonali deal was always going to be crazy, always going to be hard, big money. Like, it's a luxury. It's a luxury at this point. We got way too many like other things that should be the priority. But the back line right now, going into it as things stand, we're gonna kind of be asking to maximize the output with the names, right?
mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna have to happen. So we'll see. Do you think Weston will will he renew his contract? Do you think Weston will renew, Omer? You're muted.
Sorry, I think he would. I think it's going to be the exact same thing as it was last time. And I just don't think he's going to find any suitors that interest him or play like at the top. I don't think he's going anywhere, to be honest. I have no issues if he does, but I don't think he's going anywhere. He will renew.
You think he's gonna end up renewing? Yeah.
Either renewing or stretching it out till the end of his contract next summer, but I don't think he's getting sold. That's my point.
Yeah, and I see here that we're already thinking about Saturday, August 2nd, coming up here, a few days. We got the friendly, right? Reggiana, Juve and Reggiana. So watch along for that game. It's going to be at 2 a.m. my time, by the way, everybody. Okay, 2 a.m. my time is a tough pull. Let's play that one by ear. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Here's a trivia question. Who scored his first goal against Reggiana?
Oof. Hold on. Is first goal ever or first goal for Juve?
First goal for Juve.
What year?
Oh, 1994 or 5, 90, 95, I think.
95. Oh, Ciro Ferrara.
No. But someone in the chat got it. Del Piero.
Del Piero against Reggiana?
Yeah.
His first ever?
That was his first. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
His first goal wasn't in 95.
I don't remember when it was. I don't remember the exact year. It was 94
that's
or
what
93 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what threw me off. I was like, well, it couldn't be ADP because he was playing in the 94 season, 93, 94.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
so it
man.
was 94. And Lichtsteiner against Parma. I participated a few years ago in a Juve trivia on Juve's official channel, and I had like 5 questions about Del Piero, and I got that one wrong. I said Regina.
Yeah, Reggiana. Those will always cross you up. Why do I thought his first goal, like I was thinking Barri for some reason. Huh. Chiesa or Sancho? Oh.
Bag of chips?
Neither.
Is that an option?
Neither for me.
Yeah.
Neither. But gun to your head. Gun to your head.
Gun to my head. Um, Chiesa.
Chiesa, but
Yeah.
neither is the call. Why do I feel that
But
I will end up angry if we give Dusan to Milan for just 10 million and he'll have a top season with a leg? I honestly, okay, I would ask you this. On a scale of 10, 10 being maximum confidence, how confident are you that Allegri and Vlahovic are going to light it up together?
about a 4.
Yeah, I'm like at a 3. And
Mm-hmm.
if it happens, good on you, but
Mm-hmm.
I highly, highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Best place to buy certified authentic kits. So if you're looking for retros, like as far as selection and everything's probably Classic Football Kits UK, but there are a lot of other good places to find some good ones. Classic 11 is decent. Those two sites have very, very high pricing. There's some vintage sites that you could find that have authentics that usually have way better pricing, and you just have to do some digging. But yeah, if you're ever looking for something, Pino, you're in the Army chat. By all means, put it out there, and yeah, we can help you and tie you into some sites if you're looking for something specific, right? And then there's others that honestly just want the look, that are happy if they're even like 1-to-1 reps, which are actually made very good now. Jerseys FC. Jerseys FC is great, and they're partnering up with us this coming season. There's an AJC discount. The AJC, just type in the AJC, you'll get 20% off. So if you're one of those that doesn't want to pay 300, pounds for a kit, but just wants the old school look, wants a name set for like the style, the fashion, yeah, you could get those too. And they'll be way, way less. And I get it
By
too. Trust me, I have a collection. I have authentics, but I'll never wear my authentics like out or to certain events, whatever. If I'm repping Juve at certain things, it'll be the 1-to-1 reps because I don't want to ruin the authentics. So I'm weird like that. I'll have those 1-to-1 reps and they come in great for that. So there you go.
Yeah, and someone asked here if you should buy the God damn it, Jonathan David shirt now.
I'm
I'd
waiting.
say wait it out. Wait
I'm
it
waiting
out.
for
It
a
might
better number, and
be,
I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised if come season start, there's
It
a
might be a nice souvenir later on if he does have a great Juve career. And I got his shirt when he was like
yeah
30, like having a Messi 19 or whatever. But
yeah. Mark, are you
wait
talking
it
about
out.
this one? I love this kit, by the way. Love it. I know a lot of people hated it, but is this one you're talking about around 2010? Mark, I think this is the gray one you're talking about.
Yeah, the Ferrara season, right?
Yeah. Or he could have
Hmm.
been talking about the old school gray from like 2000s. I got this
Hmm.
one too. And I actually have Pesotto. Pesotto on the
Oh,
back of that one. That's a rare.
that's nice.
It's a rare one. Love Pesotto.
Hmm.
How many? We're going to machine gun real quick because we got about 5 minutes. We're going to wrap her up here. How many banter years before we can realistically compete for anything, in your opinion? I've never felt so mid or average as a supporter. I
It's
mean,
very hard to predict. You never know where it's going to come from. I never expected Conte to have the season he had after two seventh place finishes, and it suddenly happened.
yeah.
That's why it's very hard to predict. Let's say, I don't know, 2 years maybe before we clean up all the shit, and then we'll create some new shit and have to clear that out as well.
I don't think it's as bad as it may seem, because again, several factors. We need to start getting more out of our coaching, for sure. If we got half of the points that we coughed up on our own accord last season, we could have ended up with a Scudetto. Like, just like that last season. I mean, it's not as far from what we need to do. So it could be this year. Could be 2 years from now. Could be 3 years from now. Like, I mean, it could be like that if certain things hit, right?
I got
It could
nothing
come out
to
of
go
anywhere. So
right.
I don't think there's a set like, oh, we are 5 years away right now. No, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, it's a complete gamble. I have nothing to base it on. It's just either it clicks or it doesn't.
Yeah. And I'm with Gugino Eddie here on this. It's just not as bad as we may think. Look how Napoli, made that turnaround again. We got to start getting more out of our coaching. Berto has to buy a Cristante. Oh my God. When that rumor hits, I just feel like you guys in the team chat just are waiting for me to wake up and read that rumor and just like, it's just a hell no. I would take anybody at Juve over Cristante, who I think is an absolute joke of a football. Cristante, bravo, Swati.
Yeah.
Okay,
The big T.
I would take anybody. Okay,
I think realistically there are about 1,000 players I would take before Cristante.
I would take anybody. Okay, give me Toto the bus driver. Okay, give me Toto the bus driver and suit him up. I would take anybody to not have Cristante on this team. My God, who is your footballer look like? Well, Omer's got two. I mean, you get Bonucci and Chiellini a lot.
Yeah, and when I did have hair, I got Zambrotta a lot, to be honest.
Zambrotta. Oof.
Yeah, when I had shorter beard and I had hair, then I got Zambrotta a lot. Maybe I can find a photo and show you, and then you'll say, yeah, probably.
I don't even get a footballer. I get Agnelli. I'm like, how the fuck do I get Agnelli? I get Andrea. I'm like, guys, come on. Come on. You see the gap here? Come on. What are we doing? Oh, my God. Agnelli.
Pipita, that's a nice one. Never heard that.
Zappacosta. He's got Zappacosta. Do you actually think we sign another center back if we spend around 35 million on Leone and loan him back? I can't see where the money to spend on it. No. To Forza Juve's point also, if nobody's leaving, nobody's coming in anyways. And that might actually play to the advantage for Juve in the Leone move because they could fork over more and keep him on loan and then say some goodbyes because this is Rugani's last contract year anyways. And I do believe Rugani should stay. Like I said, the only guy I think I'd probably say goodbye to is Lloyd Kelly. And if you bring in, I would love to bring in like Laporte. I think it'd be solid, even just that one addition to the mix because Rugani's got some value there too. I don't mind Gatti. Half the fan base hates him, but I don't mind Gatti. Cabal, when he comes back, I think will provide a lot. Savona as a center back in a 3-man back system, I actually like the work he does there. And you add Bremer back into the mix. It might not be as doom and gloom, but I think one key addition would have been big. But I'm with you. I don't see a center back coming unless somebody leaves. So we'll see. Why doesn't Del Piero take a job in Juve? Oh, boy.
I think I know why. First of all, maybe it's just not his thing. Like he has never done anything similar, and managing a club like Juve takes it takes a lot. So it takes some experience, and doing it maybe in other places. Of course, there are examples of when it did work out. But all in all, I think he's just enjoying what he's doing right now, going pitch side to Champions League matches, being there on CBS with that hilarious crew, and getting yourself into the Juve system right now, which is basically cancerous until they sort shit out. Then maybe he's being smarter than everyone and just hanging back till things straighten out.
Yeah. Oh, did Laporte sign for a club in Spain? I didn't even realize.
I don't think he did.
Well, the chat's
Henko
saying
sound
that
for
he
Atletico
signed.
Madrid. I haven't seen it, but let's check.
Giuseppe saying, why is Del Piero so hesitant on taking a job for Juventus? For me, I don't think he wants it. And honestly, I mean, could we be shocked? I mean, I think it might be telling as to some of the things going on that we feel with the front office at the top. I mean, if he wanted it, I think he would have it. I just don't think he wants it. I think he's having a good time doing the things he's doing and doesn't need the stress, doesn't need the pressure. He might also feel a certain way about the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I could kind of see that because of how we were even with Pavel, despite the fact that 3/4 of the fans didn't understand his actual role and still gave him flack. And it is what it is, right? It's one of those things. So I could see it. I don't think he wants it. That's just me. That's just me. Of course, in interviews and everything, he'll never actually come out and say that, because why would he? But I don't believe he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Giuseppe,
Yeah,
it's all
and
intertwined. Go ahead, Laporte.
Laporte is still, at least according to the website, he's still an Enlacer player. There are links to Athletic Club, but
Yeah.
it's not official.
I don't think he had. I didn't think he has signed anywhere. It's
Henko
all
signed for
intertwined with
Atletico, maybe
always
that.
and having young people with big egos instead of actual men who love playing the sport and wearing the black and white shirt. I feel like character recruitment needs to ramp up for sure. That's one of the pillars Juve's always been able to bank on is character. Not only recruitment, but development. Character development and turning guys. Sometimes taking on problems and being able to manage it. I don't want any problem signings right now because I don't think we have the locker room to manage it. So it's one of those things. Will Mota get a job? He's getting free money. I don't know if... you know what?
He went off the grid. I haven't heard anything from him since he left Juve. Not
In
one
December,
interview,
when
nothing.
Atalanta fires Juric, then Mota will get hired.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Forza Juve.
Yeah.
With David getting the extremely boring number 30, what's the absolute worst shirt number in football? 50s, 60s, anywhere in there.
Yeah. I would take 90s. I think 98 is a great number, 99. But all those, anything past 40 is just, it's nothing. It means nothing. It's not iconic with anyone. It's just nothing. Because they're not going to stay with that number for their career. It's going to change. So just this youngster's number that you give him when there aren't any other available.
Yeah. 30s. What are some good 30s? Like 30. He got 30 for his dad's birthday, which I respect. I like that.
Ooh,
But
Bentancur, was he 30?
he was 30. I remember Luca Toni wearing 30. Couple seasons, couple spots. 33 was Evra.
Evra and Bernardeschi.
And Berna took 33. 30s are okay. 30s you could deal with. Anything when you're right. When you hit 40s and up, nasty.
Yeah, Fagioli was like 42 or whatever for like a season.
Let's say, okay, we got two. Last two, everybody. Why is Juve the only big club who needs to watch FFP rules? I feel like Juve is the scapegoat and victim in all this. Well,
I agree.
we can always bank on us getting penalized and everything like that. And there are some big clubs right now where we're waiting. How many violations? We're waiting.
Yeah, it seems like every time they need to introduce us to some rule, then Juve are the ones who are getting it. From Buffon getting a fine or a suspension for what was it? Blasphemy chant or whatever.
Dio porco.
Yeah. Yeah, like it doesn't happen in every fucking game to every fucking team. But Buffon, he was the one that needed to pay for it. And right after Juve got deducted points in the middle of the season, right after that they came out with a rule that there are no more deductions mid-season. I mean, they're always testing it out on us and never on anyone else. We're the first ones to be subjected to all these ludicrous rules they have. So yeah, I agree. They always test it out on Juve.
I mean, why Juve definitely has to worry about it because we know we'll get penalized. Simple as, right? And we're not the only team to, like, Milan was penalized, while other
Mm-hmm.
teams were getting slap on the wrists and small fines. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just annoying. It's really, really annoying. But we have to
Mm-hmm.
watch it. We have to clean things up, and we just have to be smarter and better in the office. But again, my concern is that the names keep changing, other from the guys at the top right now, and I think the guys at the top are just not cutting it for me. Not cutting it
Mm-hmm.
for me. And again, check out that Chiellini interview today, everybody. Check it out. Last
This.
one of the show. No budget, no limits, no restrictions. One dream player for Juventus this window.
That's a good one. Um, I would like to have. I want to say Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Absolutely love him. I think he's a phenomenal player. I mean, Lamine Yamal. If there are no restrictions, yeah, give me
It's
Lamine Yamal.
easy for me, man. Bring me Lamine
Like,
and just watch him on one side and Yildiz on the other, and let's go. Let's go.
remember that interview of Alex Ferguson after the final between United and Barcelona, and someone asked him if you could take one player from Barcelona, who would that be? And his answer right after the game was, "That's the stupidest questions I have ever heard." Of course, it's Messi. That's exactly what it said to the reporter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
no
so funny.
restrictions. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Give me the best player in the world right now.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so good. Classic. Classic.
Yeah,
Well, there you go, everybody. That was actually fun.
that
First
was
time.
super fun.
First time
Yeah.
we've jumped on here with absolutely no format whatsoever. Nothing planned. I had nothing in front of me at all. And the news is quiet. The news is slow anyways. So I had a lot of fun. I hope that you guys, the Army, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you like this. If you want to see more of these sessions, drop a comment after the video ends. If you enjoyed this and you want us to do it again, we'll try and do it midweek. But I had a lot of fun. We should. I was expecting like for them to fire some trivia at you, Omar, and whatnot, and
Hmm.
didn't see any. But we had a little bit of trivia come up with the goal against Reggiana, which, by the way, again, stay tuned about that watch along. It's 2 a.m. My time's going to be very, very tough, but I am leaving for the lake on Saturday this weekend. So it actually might be doable. It actually might be doable because I'll be solo. The family will be gone. So I could yell and scream at 2 in the morning if I wanted to. So it might actually happen. Stay tuned, everybody. You guys are great. And yeah, looking at the comments, you guys seem to have enjoyed it. So again, absolute blast. Thank you for the support.
Thank,
And
thank you very much.
we crossed 9,000 subs on the show
Wow.
today. So bravo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Having a lot of
Thank you,
fun. Love
everyone.
the support. A lot of changes coming up this season. Watch out for memberships. Everybody in the legend status on memberships. That's another way to support the channel. Right now we got one. And we're teaming up, as I said, with Jerseys FC that's willing to throw down some kits for us. And we've got those to give away. One a month guaranteed from them will be given away on top of others. Guaranteed to an AJC Army legend status. Right now, there's only one, so he's guaranteed a kit. every month. So if you want to change your level of membership, if you want to support and join that, you have to be on a desktop. And then you just hit on the join button, and then you can see the memberships. But stay tuned, because I am going to be changing the details of those memberships. We've changed all the perks, but the main one is that one. There will be a kick given away guaranteed to a Legends subscriber every month. Guaranteed. Okay? And that's big. And then we've got shows for the veterans. The veterans, you will have personalized shoutouts if you want on videos, on live shows for certain events or family members or yourself, etc. And you could set up private off-the-record shows with myself and potentially some panel members. So a lot of fun stuff we're doing.
And just a tip for everyone asking about the match. I don't know if it will be broadcast on whatever channel, but there's a great website called Liveball. Just write down Liveball in one word in Google. It's a Russian site, but you can turn it to English, and they have everything. I watch a lot of games there. It never gets stuck. The quality is a bit low, but the reporters, the pundits are speaking Russian, so I can mute them and listen to Berto's live watch-alongs. So yeah, great site, Liveball, right in Google, and you'll probably get every match you want there, Champions League, Italy, whatever.
DAZN will be airing it, but I don't know if it's going to be in all regions. That's the only thing. So Liveball might be the play. But stay tuned, everybody. We're going to have a lot of fun. You guys enjoy your days. And, of course, I'll keep you in the loop with news. I'll still run a short, little YouTube short on the news that did come out today. Okay? Thanks. Until next time, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti. Take care.